Hi guys, this is my presentation for the beta release of AIRLastic. Let me go ahead and run my application. Oh. It helps if I'm in Flash Builder. So the first screen that the user is presented, if this is the first time they've ever run this application, or for some reason the encrypted data store or data file information, basically their Amazon Web Services credentials have been removed from the system's key or credential storage system. On Mac, that's the keychain. I don't know the Windows or Linux equivalent. So I have very basic error filtering or scrubbing, data scrubbing for this. If it's completely blank, then you'll get this error message. I would like to add an additional error check where if they enter credentials that they feel are correct, but Amazon does not agree, then I would like to be able to display the information or the report from Amazon. But I haven't implemented that yet, so I'm still working on that. In addition, I have URL links for the hints of where to find this information. What happens currently is it loads my personal domain, which doesn't have an actual website yet. The reason that it'll load my domain is because I'm going to create a special website for, or web page, just a single page for the instructions, due to the fact that those instructions on Amazon's website are actually buried beneath the login. In other words, you have to log in first before you can see those instructions, which is kind of counterintuitive. Because obviously if you're trying to find that information, oh, I don't know, whatever. So let me enter some credentials. If you have the exported file, or if you import the file that I supply for this application, in the main application controller class, the AWS Management App class file, at the top, you can see all of the import statements, of course, and the private variables, but the first private method, the initialization method, basically, has the credentials that you would want to see in order to use this application. So let me just enter the same information. Okay, so we get to the dashboard. As you can see, I've only got the first two listings that show accurate information currently. Because as I parse each of these, each of these entries is their own query, so I have to both build the query and then parse it. So I'm slowly working through that information. In addition, my reset button is not yet implemented. However, I do have full windowing capabilities. Of course, that wasn't that hard. And I still need to do the logo for the application. But in addition, if you run this application with the debugger, you'll then get to see some trace statements, and therefore you'll see that we are successfully pulling information from the Amazon API. I'm at a crossroads at this point, since we've only got 1 week left of this application, and the end of next week, basically, we need to be at final. I fear that being able to implement further views, such as the list view of the instances, the list view of the volumes, each of these subcategories, and then further into that is to drill down into a given instance. Development time for all of that code is easily going to be 3 or 4 times that of which we have available. So I'm kind of thinking that I should just finish this dashboard, such things like being able to go back to the credential information screen, the refresh here, and then of course fill in the rest of these subcategories. And I just might just stop at that point. Basically, I've just got the 2 views for the purposes of this class. If you think I can pull more or do more with it, by all means let me know. Otherwise, this has been quite the endeavor just to get this far. Okay, well, so that's basically my beta release, which is seriously beta, like alpha beta, but um, and thanks.